Let's review this. As you can see, some parts are blank, while others are not. This was the fourth time reading this book for me, and it was the first time reading it on the page. Well, I had the audiobook in my ears sometimes not, but I mostly read it on the page, I annotated it, and I have opinions. This is a good book. Excellent book. The writing is phenomenal. The story is fun. So I understand why people are obsessed with this. What I don't understand is the obsession with Henry. I'm going to clear it up for you guys. Henry is a psychopath. Because he tortures animals. Well, it doesn't exactly set fires, but I mean, he made people drop pig's blood on their heads. He murdered people, and he considered it an okay thing to do. Psychopath. I don't think the ending of Henry is okay. I don't think he would have killed himself. I think that was absolutely insane, and I think the only reason that people actually like Henry is because he killed himself in the end. If he hadn't done that, people wouldn't like him as much. It was the sacrifice that kind of made him pay for everything else. But it didn't buy me. I didn't buy it. I did not buy it. I don't like Henry. I don't like any of them. I detest all of the characters in this freaking book. And I think that the biggest accomplishment that Donna Tartt ever did with this book was create an entire cast of characters that are all completely detestable. All of them. Every single character is detestable. Yes, even Camila. And what I'll say about Camila is freaking genius of Donna Tartt to write the Bacchanal in that way. First of all, to write Henry as being completely unwilling to talk about the sexual part of it. Because Richard confronts him and is like, aren't those things mainly like a sexual thing? Isn't it? And Henry is like, well, yeah, but I don't want to talk about it. And then we get the information that Camila thought she was a deer the whole time, that baby girl was running for her life, and that the other three guys thought that they were running after a deer. Who could they have been running after? And it's this completely bizarre idea that it's her brother, it's Henry, and it's the gay dude running after Camila. And I'm thinking, surely not the gay dude, he wouldn't do anything. And then I'm thinking, surely not the brother, he wouldn't do anything. So surely it would be Henry. And then we read the rest of the book and I'm like, not so surely anymore. Surely. And the fact that when she was found, Camila had no blood, nothing on her entire body, apart from her hair that was like painted with like a thick red blood thingy. Like her hair turned from blonde to she turned from a blonde to a redhead. And in my mind I was thinking, baby girl was disguising herself. She got the blood from somewhere, she painted it on her head so they wouldn't chase her anymore. That's what I was thinking. So that's what I think about Camila. We know absolutely jack shit about her. We know that she was almost essayed by 3 men running around in the forest. We know that she has a very incestual relationship with her brother, or maybe she doesn't. Can we believe anything Richard says? We know that she exists and that she doesn't make herself extra hard and masculine, even though she's in a male-dominated field. And that's what we know. I mean, I agree on this with TikTok. I agree that we don't know enough about Camila to make judgments about her apart from these things that I've mentioned. Henry, TikTok is wrong about. Henry good. Camila, right about it. And then, Charles. I don't care about Charles. Charles needs to go to the therapist. Charles needs help. That's all I got. That's all I have to say about it. Francis, I also don't have an opinion on. I couldn't care less about Francis. I think Francis and Henry were so irritating, so annoying. The way that they perceive the world in their richness was so beyond detestable. Ugh, no. And Richard, I think it was okay. I think Richard was okay, but I also think that that's how we're supposed to feel about him. Like, we're supposed to doubt him, to doubt the veracity of what he says. And it's just funny the way that she did. Donna Tartt is a great writer. The way that she wrote this situation in which there's a narrator who is a main character. The narrator tells the audience constantly that he's a liar and an unreliable narrator. Then this narrator goes on to describe certain things with such intricate detail that is like, how do you even remember this? And then goes on to talk about other things as if his memory escaped them. Some things, incredible detail, as if he was living inside a mind palace of his own memories. Other things, forgot about that. So sorry, my memory can't recall that. That was just a funny way to write him. I thought it was funny in like an interesting way. I thought it was really well done and it accomplished what it meant to accomplish, which is this idea that the elitist societies that exist in the world, the elitist people, the rich people are completely untrustworthy. And this idea that even if a poor person or a person from medial means finds a way to get inside this richy club, they remain untrustworthy. And the person who gets inside the rich club is just as untrustworthy as they are, because once you are in there, you don't want to leave. So you adopt the dynamic of the club and you become as unreliable as they are. How can we know if Richard was already a Mr. Ripley type, or if he was just a dude who wanted to go to a cool college? You know, we don't know that, because we only hear the narration after he already met them and had all of these things happen to him. And you know what? This reminds me of Squid Game, because in Squid Game Season 2, we have this one dude who already won the game, and everyone voted to stay in the game in the second season because they thought, oh, this dude already won. He's gonna win. He's gonna help us all win. And it's like, no, he's not. We can't trust him. And it's the same thing with Richard. So that's what I think about Richard. And about Julian, I think he knew about everything from the beginning. I think he knew about everything. I mean, if Bunny could figure out that what they did, Julian figured it out as well. Like, you cannot convince me that Julian didn't know what they did. You can't convince me. Julian knew everything. The pretentious little shit knew everything that they did. And then he left. He left like the little shitty coward he is. So yeah, this is my opinion of The Secret History. It's really fun to read. We'll probably reread it every year around autumn, because that's the tradition among bookworms and Dark Academia fiends. I will probably read it every year in autumn or whenever I feel like it, but I detest all the characters. It's still fun to see them do all of this stuff. It's still fun, but I detest all of them. Actually, in fact, no, I also detest Bunny. Bunny is the most obnoxious person in the world, but his voice is quite nice. His Donna Tartt narration voice is nice. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this. I'm not gonna go like in an in-depth analysis about the book, because I mean there's so many out there already. What I will do is talk about an even better book. Well, in the next book review. But which book is it? Let's say it's a dark academia set in the present time, written in a way that evokes the same emotions in you as the character is feeling. How about that? Isn't that a great book? I will be reviewing it as well here, so subscribe. Alright, my little pearls, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.